P. Diddy has allegedly been charged with something called necromancy, and if you don't know what that is, you better buckle up because we're about to tell you. To some of you watching this, it might come as quite a bit of a shock when you find out what this actually involves. However, people who study and go down the rabbit holes, of stuff in Hollywood and things in the past might not be as shocked, with all the alleged rituals and whatever. We're practice, of course, communicating and working with the dead. What makes this even crazier and potentially could add more fuel to the alleged fire is the fact that his lawyer has actually gone ahead and quit, and I believe his name is Anthony Rico. Even gone on record to say, although I have provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the you-know-what, under no circumstances can I continue. However, going back to the alleged necromancy charge, it is so mind-blowing to think that this is a study to communicate with the dead in order to effectively predict the future. But if it was real, the future surely would have said what's happened, and it doesn't show that it worked. Surely he wouldn't have ended up where he is right now. Now, these are only rumours. Whether or not it's true, I don't know, but let me know what you think.
Do you know how bad of a person you have to be if your lawyer, who was literally Osama bin Laden's lawyer, someone who's been practicing his entire life to defend criminals, quits? And then when the public asks, hey, why did you quit this case? The lawyer says, I quit because of necromancy. This is the same lawyer who represented a literal terrorist, somebody who at one point was probably the most notorious person on the entire planet. And that same lawyer is looking at P. Diddy's case and saying, I can't do it. You have to be like absurd level of just terrible person. And the second thing, he quit due to necromancy. I'm not going to say what that is on here. You can look it up if you don't know. I'm sure there'll be a blue bubble search for this video. You're telling me that on top of everything that Diddy has been accused of, necromancy is now on that list too? And if Osama bin Laden's lawyer quit, who is going to represent this guy? Like, he's just going to have to take a government appointed lawyer at this point. It's crazy. Yeah, I just had to make the video.
Necrophilia and necromancy, right? These are the two popular speculations as to why, or possible reasons as to why Diddy's attorney, Anthony Rico, has set a motion or put in a motion to be withdrawn from the case, right? He states in his paperwork that under no circumstances can he continue to represent Diddy. Now, definition of necrophilia is the engagement of sexual intercourse with corpses. If that is what some of the new charges are against Diddy, just put him under the jail. Put him under the fucking jail. At this point, don't even take us to trial. Nobody wants to hear about this shit. That's so disgusting. I could only imagine being sick to my stomach reading about you in engaging in intercourse with corpses. Sexual intercourse with corpses. That's disgusting. That's beyond disgusting, right? But the one that has everybody giggling in the comments talking about, oh, is he a sorcerer? Is he a wizard? Is necromancy, right? Necromancy, by definition, is the practice of sorcery, magical sorcery. Necromancy is the practice of magical sorcery involving communication with the dead by summoning their spirits, right? As apparitions or visions. Did y'all forget that Diddy has the tattoo on his back? As a Haitian woman, did y'all forget that he has a tattoo on his back of, hold on. You guys forgot that he has Erzeli Dantor on his back, who is a Haitian voodoo deity? What does he say? I got the front and she got my back? Erzeli Dantor is a main loi, okay? In Haitian Creole, that translates to elder spirit, okay? She's a big fucking deal. Now, if you want to do your research on who Erzeli Dantor is, by all means, go ahead, do your research. You understand? But one thing I'll let you know, she never played when it came to women and children. The very two that seems to be Diddy's main victims. And he has that tatted on his back. I would not laugh at the claims of him being charged with necromancy. I wouldn't laugh. As a Haitian woman, I'm telling you right now, that shit is real. It is.
So Diddy's been charged with necromancy, and a lot of people is confused because they're saying that necromancy isn't illegal, but whole time it's illegal when you're sacrificing and killing people during those spells, when you're sacrificing the dead to try to get to the dead. Y'all gotta understand how this shit works. If you're not spiritual, please don't speak on it. Because literally it takes a lot to perform these acts. I'm so serious. It takes a lot. Okay? Go read up on it. Understand what crystals are. Understand what energy is. Okay? Because it's a dangerous game. And one thing celebrities are good for is doing that. Okay? And he's the biggest one. That's what goes on at those parties. Alright? But y'all didn't know that though. Y'all thought that all these celebrities are just innocent. Whole time, it's way more than freak-offs going on. Okay? Way more. On top of that, his lawyer, his own lawyer, attorney, quit on his ass. He said, I can't take no more. I can't. He knew he was going to lose.
Diddy allegedly being charged with necrophilia is the rumor going around. Some are saying necromancy. This is alleged. However, this is not. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer quits trafficking case. Under no circumstances can I continue. What did this man see? I know the focus is the trafficking and the substances and the underage and all these things. I get it. But what I also find important is the spiritual aspect of this. I remember there was a girl on here explaining this tattoo. A friend of mine actually did it as well, and how this is really popular in voodoo. It's a Haitian goddess, and she's like the Black Madonna, and this is her androgynous child on his back. Others say it's the Virgin Mary, but I don't think so. In my opinion, TikTok, I think the necrophilia as well as necromancy really makes sense, and I don't think that it's just Diddy. I don't know if people realize how prominent a cult is in Hollywood and how much black magic they actually use. Now, the tattoo is Erzuli, a family of Loa that is often associated with water, fluidity, femininity, and feminine bodies. Excuse me if I'm saying this incorrectly. I'm not trying to offend anyone. They are the only group of spirits directly tied to these characteristics, and those who became possessed through spirit possession. Feel like the lawyer is scared. And I really wonder what the breaking point was where he's like, no way can I represent this man. Like, what did he see?
There is a new Diddy rumor going around that the lawyer who dropped out of his case and will no longer be representing Diddy will no longer represent him because he cannot allegedly represent or defend the sorcery behind all of the Diddy allegations and the discovery. However, of course, this is a rumor, but they are saying and people are talking that necromancy is the reason why. What is necromancy? So the definition of necromancy is the practice of magic involving communication with the dead by summoning their spirits as apparitions or visions for the purpose of divination, imparting the means to foretell future events and discover hidden knowledge, sometimes categorized under death magic. This term is occasionally also used in a more general sense to refer to black magic or witchcraft as a whole. So a little while back, I had made a video, if you guys remember, there was the Kim Porter book, right? And allegedly, of course, everything that was supposed to be in this book and released was due from her own journal entries while she was married to Diddy, while she was pregnant, and we had talked about the energy harvesting while she was pregnant with other people. And now, because of this most recent rumor, the lawyer dropping out and all of these things, people are putting these together and they're going, well, is it so far out of the realm of possibility that this was true, or is this true? What do you guys think? I feel like throwing it and going, nah, none of that is true. That would never happen. I mean, look at everything that Diddy has done. Look at all the things that people have come out to say has happened, has been done to them. And we know has been done because the man is sitting in prison and probably will never step outside of prison ever again. So it doesn't push it too far out of the scope of reality that it could have happened. But none of it is confirmed. All of it is alleged. These are rumors. Let me know what you guys think below.
There's a rumor going around that Diddy has been charged with necromancy. And like I said, it's just a rumor, so technically I can't say if it's true or not, but if you know what they do in Hollywood, you would be able to come to a reasonable conclusion. If you don't know what necromancy is, basically it has to do with witchcraft involving those who have passed on to the next life, those who are in graveyards, things like that. I've heard some wild stories about those who practice necromancy, and one of those stories even comes from someone in my family. And so this stuff is very real. I know a lot of you guys won't believe it, but if you are tuned into the spiritual realm, if you read your Bible and you're familiar with scripture, you know this stuff definitely exists. So whether this allegation is true or not, I wouldn't be surprised if Mr. Sean Combs here was involved in necromancy, because I know for them to be in Hollywood, to be involved in a lot more sinister practices. If you haven't caught on by now, the things that they get into over in that echelon of the world, I mean, you're innocent. You know, you have an innocent mind, thank God, in a sense. But at the same time, you're a little bit ignorant. And maybe you should do some research. Maybe you should really open your eyes and look into it, because we live in an evil world, and it's a world of angels and demons, a world of those who fight for the light and those who fight for darkness.